The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." How often do we find ourselves looking at others, comparing, competing, seeking approval? We measure our success against theirs. We let their opinions dictate our emotions. But what if the real path to happiness and fulfillment lies not in watching others, but in turning inward? Today, let us explore the wisdom of focusing on ourselves, not others, through the timeless teachings of Buddhism. In today's world, we're constantly surrounded by images of others' success, their happiness, their achievements, and while it's natural to feel inspired, it can often lead to something more damaging: comparison. We begin to ask ourselves, am I doing enough? Why aren't I as successful as they are? But the Buddha teaches us that this constant comparison is an illusion, a distraction from our true path. The root of suffering, dukkha, arises from attachment. When we focus too much on others, we are attaching our happiness to their success or approval. This sets us up for disappointment, as it takes our focus away from what truly matters, our own growth. In Buddhism, there is a concept called impermanence, anicca. Everything in life, including people's success and failure, is temporary. The achievements of others are fleeting. So why cling to them? Why let them dictate how we feel about ourselves? Constantly measuring our progress against others can lead to a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. Today, we have what they have, but tomorrow, it's something else. Instead of enjoying what we have now, we're already looking for what's next. The true path to peace is not found by focusing on others. It's found by focusing on ourselves. The Buddha's teachings provide the perfect framework for this. Self-reflection, or Vipassana meditation, is the practice of observing our thoughts and emotions with mindfulness. When we meditate, we allow ourselves the space to look inward. In Vipassana, we observe our thoughts without judgment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. This practice allows us to see our mind clearly, recognize when comparison arises, and let it go. By doing so, we gain control over our thoughts, and our attachment to others' lives starts to fade. We begin to cultivate wisdom, understanding that our peace doesn't depend on others. Mindfulness, or sati, is the practice of being fully present in the moment without distraction. When we practice mindfulness, we stop focusing on what others are doing and start paying attention to ourselves, our actions, our thoughts, and our surroundings. Each moment becomes an opportunity to connect with the present and embrace the unique journey we are on. Mindfulness allows us to let go of comparisons, because when we're truly present, we realize that our path is enough. Contentment, or santosha, is the practice of being at peace with what we have right now. Instead of longing for what others possess, contentment teaches us to appreciate the simple beauty of what we already have. True happiness comes from within, from being grateful for each moment, each breath. By focusing on our own lives, we find that contentment is not about having more. It's about being fully satisfied with what we already have. The Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path provides practical guidance for living a life focused on right intention, right action, and right mindfulness. These teachings emphasize focusing inward on our own thoughts, actions, and spiritual growth, rather than being distracted by the external world. So, how do we shift our focus from others to ourselves? Here are some practical steps inspired by Buddhist wisdom. 1. Detach from external approval. In today's world, we are often conditioned to seek validation from others, but the Buddha teaches that true happiness comes from within, not from the opinions of others. Ask yourself, do I need others' approval to feel good about myself? No, you don't. Start validating your own worth through your actions, thoughts, and personal growth. 2. Practice daily meditation. One of the best ways to detach from the distractions of comparison is through meditation. Start small, just 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice when thoughts of comparison arise and let them pass without attachment. This practice strengthens your ability to remain focused on yourself. 3. See life as a journey, not a competition. Life is not a race. Your journey is unique, and your pace is yours alone. When we stop seeing life as a competition, we can appreciate our progress instead of resenting others for theirs. Ask yourself, what is my purpose in life? Focus on that, not on trying to outdo someone else. 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts our attention to what we already have. Instead of focusing on what others have or what we lack, take time each day to appreciate your own life. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice helps us shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. 5. Limit social media consumption. Social media is one of the biggest culprits of comparison today. Every scroll brings someone else's success into view. But remember, what we see online is often a curated version of reality. Practice mindfulness by limiting your social media use and focusing on real, present moments. There's a powerful Buddhist parable that illustrates the danger of focusing on external matters. It's called the poisoned arrow story. A man is struck by a poisoned arrow, and instead of seeking treatment, he insists on knowing everything about the arrow. Who shot it, what kind of wood it's made from, where it came from. He refuses to remove the arrow until all his questions are answered. The Buddha teaches us that the man's delay in removing the arrow could result in his death. By focusing on the unnecessary details, he's ignoring the real problem. He's already wounded and in need of healing. In the same way, when we focus on others, on their success, their lives, their opinions, we ignore our own wounds and growth. Focusing on others may feel like it's helping us make sense of life, but it distracts us from the most important thing, healing and progressing on our own path. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Now is the time to release the comparison trap. Stop seeking validation from others. Focus on your journey, your growth, and your own peace. True fulfillment comes from within, and it's only when we focus on ourselves that we truly begin to heal and grow. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to take a moment today to reflect. Perhaps meditate for 5 minutes, or write down one way you can stop comparing yourself to others. Take the first step toward focusing on yourself. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more Buddhist wisdom on finding peace and purpose in your life. Until next time, may you find inner peace. Stay present and stay true to yourself.